Hi there, hope you're having a good day and welcome back to another video. I have another updated list and this one is for the wide footers out there. And today we're going to focus on sizing and fit, and these are the best basketball shoes this year for players with wide feet. Instead of only talking about the good ones today, I'll also quickly go over which shoes to avoid if your feet are wider than average. Or maybe I shouldn't say avoid, I mean to also point out a few new shoes that are a narrow or snug fit. So you can either look for other options or consider sizing up when you grab a pair. Also, if you're new here, I'm currently uploading every single day this month. Plenty of new shoes coming, lots of updates on the best performers. So please consider subscribing if you haven't, and let's get right into the list. The first shoe that I want to talk about is the Jordan Zion 2. So let me clarify that the very first time I put them on, I actually didn't really like how they felt on feet. And I remember having to loosen up the laces all the way, and the Achilles padding is a little bit too firm at first. However, after some break-in time, this shoe feels great, and as someone who has wide and also flat feet, I did not experience any foot pains or soreness playing in these, which was a nice surprise really. More importantly, the Zion 2 give my feet sufficient room inside, and if you're someone with a wider forefoot, the toe box is actually very flexible and stretches well, even though it looks kind of weird. So overall, the Zion 2 is wide foot friendly, and it is a rare Nike or Jordan brand sneaker that can work for quite a few different types of foot shape. Decent cushioning on feet too. Another shoe that is great for wide footers is the Adidas Trae 1. Technically, they were released at the end of last year, but for the sake of this video, I just have to leave them on here because I think it's one of the best options if you're concerned about having not enough space in your shoes. The Trae 1 has a very wide base. It's a shoe with only 3 eyelets, so that comes with a roomy fit, but also on the downside, heel slippage can be a problem. So if you have slightly wider feet like myself, I still recommend going down a half size for the best fit. And even as a true wide footer, you shouldn't really need to size up on these. Going true to size will be more than sufficient from my experience. Also from Adidas, the Harden Volume 6 is great for wide feet. Actually, now that I think about it, most of the Adidas basketball shoes are pretty solid in this aspect, including the Dame 8 for example. And the Hardens are just even better with that full-length boot setup. Good traction and impact protection. While we're here, I gotta point out that a downside may be breathability. Because as a wide footer, you don't want your foot sticking out the side too much, but you're likely also worried about your feet heating up after a long sesh. I've heard that 1 or 2 of the new colorways actually now use a thinner mesh upper instead of the unnecessary suede. So I might try to grab a pair of those and test it out to see if they are even better. Next one up is the Puma Court Rider 2. This one is basically a no-brainer pick because you can tell that they have a very wide base, super easy to put on, and takes almost no time to break in. It's priced pretty low at around 100 or 110 bucks. Good value for its price and decent durability. The outrigger part on the side also works really well to stop your feet from sliding out, which I feel like is a big plus for wide footers. One more shoe released this year that is also good for wide footers is the Jordan Not Zer0.5. They were also on the list the last time I did a video on this, but that was like 6 months ago. To keep things short, they might not look like they have a wide base, but there is definitely decent room inside for your feet. And no extra tightness or snug feeling on feet, so a good option as well. Okay, now we're gonna go through a few not so wide foot friendly shoes that came out recently. The KD15, definitely a narrow and snug fit. A lot tighter than the KD14. I actually had discomfort towards the side, especially my left foot, which is slightly bigger than my right foot. You might think that going up a half size may help, but then heel slippage will be an issue. I've already seen quite a few comments saying that heel slippage was a big problem, so it's just kind of a big dilemma for wide footers. Another shoe that fits really tight is the Cosmic Unity 2. Very snug. I think there's almost no way that you can go true to size with those if you have wide feet. And it's more of like tightness by pressing down on your feet too much. But they have an excellent cushioning setup with full-length Zoom strobo, which is great. So you just gotta size up. The Currys usually run small, like the Curry 9 especially, and a lot of Nike budget shoes are a really narrow fit, so you should probably avoid those. The Giannis Immortality 2 is one of them, just not enough room at all. So that's it for this video on the best basketball shoes for wide footers. Obviously, there's some good performers that I didn't throw on this list because they are more so an average fit or normal width. Also, sizing can get really tricky at times, so it's for sure best if you can just try them out first to see for yourself. And I know that some people actually prefer a snug fit anyways. If you're a wide footer, let me know which shoes work well for you down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.